It just goes to show you that even a plastic surgeon can be a moron when it comes to their own fillers, because I have had too much Botox, too much fillers.
What sort of advice do you have for patients who do have filler, like, things like, lip filler, Botox, who can't get their touch-ups during this time? Like, do you have any advice on how they can, treat themselves?
First, I would tell you right now, this is not necessarily the time to focus on your plastic surgery needs, your Botoxes, your fillers. This is the time to hunker down, get your sleep, exercise as much as you can, avoid those carbs that we have excess on the shelves, because we're going to come out of this with the COVID-19, and that 19 is going to be pounds, and so there will be a huge amount of pent-up demand to have fillers and plastic surgery. I know Paul and I are spending quite a bit of time doing face consults right now and body consults in anticipation of when we get to emerge from this. But I think right now, I don't know, don't you agree, Paul? Let's maybe not focus on what's going on with your fillers and stuff cosmetically at home. Let's focus on your general health, don't you think?
Yeah, so that's what everyone's doing. However, at the same point, one thing that people can do besides eating well, as you mentioned, exercising and all that, is more taking care of their skin.
What are some important things to keep in mind for people who are maybe thinking about getting lip fillers?
Well, everything that we talk about is that nothing is simple. There are risks with all procedures. And if you are going to have something done, one, you want to make sure you do the research to have the right injector do it. And there's great nurses out there, and we both have injectors, and there's, that is experienced. But even with that, you want to be conservative. You don't want to overdo it. And understand that there are risks associated with doing any type of filler. And it's very important. But the bottom line is, it's always nice to get your foot wet, do a little bit, and just don't become plastic surgery greedy, because that's what can lead you into problems.
Right. In general, the enemy of good is more, right? And particularly when it comes to lip fillers, because you can get them looking really nice. And if you put just a little too much filler in the lip, you can block off one of the major arteries in the lip and lead to major problems like parts of the lip dying or getting nodules. So the enemy of good is better. All right. Just remember that in plastic surgery, except in Paul's case, where obviously more is better.
I probably wouldn't say that, because you're the one who has all the bad media in the past for overdoing your face, and you came out with it with filler.
By the way, very good point. It just goes to show you that even a plastic surgeon can be a moron when it comes to their own fillers, because I have had too much Botox, too much fillers, and unfortunately the astute media has noticed that and filled my Google News page with that. So I get it. I'm over it. Thank you.
Can you, tease what sort of procedures we'll be able to see for this upcoming season?
Well, this season you're going to see Paul having a lot of plastic surgery. That's one thing. And I mean a lot of plastic surgery.
What about me singing?
Oh my God. You're going to see him take singing lessons from a very famous singing coach who gave up and retired after it. And I kid you not, by the way. And then you're going to see dentists doing cosmetic surgery, dentists. And so, for example, the breast ended up, it looks like there are 3 breasts, one of which is on the abdomen, okay? This is the weirdest season you're ever going to see. If there was ever a time to stay home, like you have any choice anyway, this is the time to watch Botched, because it's so crazy and so outlandish. And the main thing I want to highlight is that we make them, particularly me, worse before we make them better. You're going to see a bunch of my patients where I took them over the edge and over the cliff and had to bring them back up just to get to the point where I could fix them. So it's a total disaster. And then there's this.
The muscles. Here we go. You didn't have those muscles, by the way, during the season. You were actually fat.
there's shredded.
Dr. Nassif, if you want to share a little bit more about your initiative that you have as a response to the COVID-19 pandemic.
It's called the Mast Movement, and a company named LA May, the clothing company, was letting off all their employees, obviously, furloughing. However, he thought about this idea with our website guy, who then brought me in to help get the word out of let's make some of these cloth masks, and everyone can donate, I think, $4.50 for 2. We add a third one, and then we donate them in the 4 hospitals, or one in Loma Linda, USC. Now we're adding Phoenix Children's Hospital, and then I think it's called Langone, it's the New York hospital. So we're doing that by donating cloth. These are non-medical masks. That's number 1. And part 2, this is the same point what I'm doing, besides us doing our electronic and telephonic Skypes with patients, I'm working with distributors to get some of the very good medical masks to a lot of the local Southern California hospitals. However, without the component, I'm working on this, making sure that there's no price gouging. And that's happening all over the country.